My daughter was graded 7 out of 10 and 14 out of 10 in her homework, just to colour some objects, last week and 2 weeks ago. So I wrote in her correspondence book that 14 out of 10 was an error. School replied, Tara's mum, those were dates. We do not grade toddlers. I am embarrassed for myself. Oh, but honestly though, I think it would be more of a like, hey, we think your child's wonderful. We think all children are wonderful. 14 out of 10 because they're just that amazing. That's how I'd interpret it. I wouldn't be like, you overgraded my child. Are you okay? That's an error. But dates makes just as much sense. Special thank you to all of my YouTube members and patrons for supporting the channel and supporting my content. How's it going everybody, and welcome back to another subreddit video. Today we are going to be once again returning to r/facepalm, the subreddit full of people that just really make you question everything, I guess. Let's take a look at the subreddit, shall we?
Hi there! What's this in your back pocket? I just saw you walking it.
It's a navigational age. What's the problem? You a tyrant?
Yeah, I am actually. What's your name and date of birth?
I don't have to give that unless
Yes, sir. I was investigating.
You have reasonable.
Do you want me to put you in handcuffs right now? Yes, sir, I do.
What is your suspicion?
It looks like you're carrying a gun in your back pocket. I'm stopping to make sure you're
A
carrying
gun.
it properly. You don't
Have
have
you
to.
ensured that it's not a firearm?
No, you keep turning so I can't see it. You don't have to be a dick to me.
Well, you're being one to me.
No, sir. I'm
Have a
doing my
good day.
job.
Am I detained?
Yeah, you are. What's your name and date of birth?
It does not matter.
Yes, sir, it does.
Do you have a crime?
Would you like me
Call
to
your
put you in?
supervisor,
He's right
please.
here.
All right. What'd she stop you for? For a walking stick.
For carrying, yeah.
Weapon. She asked you to really present it, okay? Now she's asking me for ID. Okay. I don't need the ID unless there's reasonable articulated suspicion that I have committed a crime, am committing a crime, or about to do a crime.
Sir, and her suspicion was that you were armed, okay? And she's asking you for your ID.
But he's not
Now
armed.
you've verified that I am not armed, okay? So there is no
You have
problem.
your ID or not?
I do have my ID, but you don't need it.
So now they're detaining him for carrying a walking stick because he's legally blind. This is the American police, everybody, the American police. Quite frankly, this is ridiculous. He was stopped for suspicion of having a weapon on him. A firearm, specifically, she mentioned, even though it looked nothing like a firearm. She said, what's that in your back pocket? And he said, a walking aid. She continued to say it looks like he has a weapon. He showed her that it was a walking aid, at which point she continues to ask for his ID and claim that he is under suspicion of having a weapon, after he has shown her that it's not a weapon, to the point where they then detain him for having a weapon that he doesn't have after he showed them that he doesn't have it. This is America's police, everybody. This is America's police. Round of applause for just these exceptional police officers. Great job. Man doing yard work with family shot dead because his neighbor thought he was a Democrat. An Okiana man has been indicted on 1 count of aggravated murder for the shooting of his neighbor. Butler County Sheriff says the man, a 26-year-old, shot and killed his 43-year-old neighbor on Saturday. The victim was doing yard work with his family at the time. The victim's son called 911. The victim's wife told the 911 dispatcher, he's come over like 4 times confronting my husband because he thought he was a Democrat. The man, who the sheriff said has admitted to investigators that he shot his neighbor, is being held on a $950,000 bond. This was a senseless and despicable act. I don't understand how anyone could even try and justify this in their own minds, right? In America, the supposed land of the free, right? Is it not a man's right to vote for who he wants? Like, you can't claim that you are supporting freedom or fighting for America if you are willing to murder people because they don't follow your political beliefs. That makes you a fascist. Officers kill man with no active warrants at wrong house. No active warrants is an odd yet intentionally malicious way of saying innocent man. Yeah, like, I don't understand who wrote this news report, but like, no active warrants? You know how else you could say that? Not guilty. So police shot a man because they were at the wrong house. They shot an innocent, not guilty man who was not guilty of the crime that he was killed for because they were in the wrong house. And this was man with no active warrants. But also Also, let's play pretend here for a second and say that this wasn't the wrong house and this man did have an active warrant. Why was he killed? Last time I checked, even if he had a warrant on his house, he shouldn't have been killed. He should have been arrested. Policemen are not judge, jury, and executioner. They are not there to make calls on who lives and who dies. They are there to arrest people and investigate crimes. This was an innocent man who was killed in place of a man who was guilty who still shouldn't have been killed.
Somebody else put that label in there.
That doesn't mean we need it. Why would you buy that much cheese?
Because I was trying to FaceTime and you wouldn't answer the phone. So I made an executive decision. I didn't do anything wrong. I saw something labeled at a price and I bought it.
And how much did you pay for that?
Approximately $10.44.
And how many pounds of cheese is
Probably
that?
like 20. Maybe more.
And what are we going to do?
No clue.
There's like $200 worth of cheese he got for $10.
You are really proud of yourself, aren't you? 44 pounds of cheese?
There's like nearly $450 worth of cheese that he got for $10 because rather than charging per pound, they charged for the whole wheel. That is incredible. You know what? I respect that guy for doing that. Props to that guy. He got cheese. He's got mad cheese. But the hard part now is going to be figuring out how to use all of that cheese. By the time they get to the end of that block of cheese, they are never going to want to have cheese again. 18-year-olds are not mature enough to make decisions about the future of our nation. Raise the voting age. The timing that this tweet came out and the whole tweet roughly translates to young people didn't vote for conservatives and therefore we believe they shouldn't be able to vote. Once again, Republicans really proving that freedom in America means if you're not Republican, we don't believe that you deserve those rights. We're gonna murder you. We're gonna remove your ability to vote so that only Republicans are left to vote for Republican, because freedom in Republican terms means fascism. Qatari police confiscated Brazilian flag in Pernambuco state, thinking it was from LGBT support. That's incredible. I mean, it was dumb enough that they have really just been arresting people and confiscating rainbow flags, because how pathetic do you have to be that as a nation you are scared of a rainbow? Like, really? Come on now. It's kind of pathetic, but to confiscate a flag that isn't even a pride flag because you're not educated enough to understand that it's not a pride flag is like next level stupid. That deserves to be in r/facepalm. Porsche owner avoids jail for shooting homeless man who asked her to move car. A Tennessee woman convicted of shooting a homeless man who asked her to move her Porsche in Nashville's iconic Music Row got off without any prison time and was sentenced instead to less than a year of probation. There must be context that's missing here, right? I cannot believe that this ends at a man asked her to move her car so she killed him and she didn't even get prison time. That can't be it, right? That can't be. There's got to be more to it than this. What? Justice, everybody. Justice. This is American justice right here. Wow, isn't that incredible? A man was detained and arrested for carrying a walking stick because he's legally blind, and a woman shot and murdered a homeless man and just gets let off with less than a year of probation. Okay.
I just found something out. So I never knew that your hair grows from up here. I never knew that. I always thought that your hair grows from right here and it just grows and grows and grows. Is there hair in my head? Like actually like in it?
I hope this is satire. Please, someone tell me this is satire. Please. If anyone knows this TikToker and knows whether it's satire or real, please tell me, because if this is real, I think I just had brain cells actually stolen from my head, but they didn't go anywhere. They were just like taken and then just sent away. Please tell me that's satire. Please. I really hope that was just good satire. So this next one, I'll just play it. The context here is this again is in Qatar. Qatar. England fans went to Qatar dressed as crusaders, and we already know that people were being detained or having flags taken away for being rainbow. So like the historical significance of crusader costumes, especially in a Middle Eastern country, like, this is really not surprising. I don't know why anybody would be stupid enough to go to Qatar dressed as a crusader. Is it right that they were detained? Absolutely not. But is it surprising? Absolutely not. It's just dumb. That's so, why would you take that risk? Why would you even slightly take that risk? And the final post. For 4 years, I've received insane notes and threats from Trumpers who believe I work for the New York Times. I don't, I never have. But in various bios it says New York Times best-selling author, and they cannot tell the difference. How pathetic is that? It's pretty pathetic in general, on multiple layers. I mean, even if he did work at the New York Times, even if it wasn't just that he's a New York Times best-selling author, if he did actually work for the New York Times, still not a reason to harass or threaten him. It's still pathetic to do that even if he actually worked for them. It's doubly pathetic that they don't even realize that he doesn't even work for that company when they still send him threats. It's just pathetic. And that's where I'm going to end the video, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed. If you want to support me in making more content like this, then I have a Patreon in the description down below, or equally you can click that join button on the channel to support me. It helps a lot more than you might realize, but by no means should you feel like you have to. I'm going to keep making content regardless. Special thank you to all of the YouTube members and patrons that do support my channel. All of you are wonderful, amazing people. All of your names are on the screen right now. It means so much and it helps so much. So genuinely, thank you to the people that do support me. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.